Indonesia general denied entry. The U.S. diplomat apologized to Indonesia's government after the top Indonesian general was prevented from traveling to Washington and said Monday the military commander is welcome in the U.S. Aaron McKee, the deputy U.S. ambassador to Indonesia, did not explain why Gen. Gatot Nurmantio was prevented from boarding a flight to the U.S., but said the matter had been resolved. McKee met with Indonesia's foreign minister, Retno Marsudi, on Monday morning and said she apologized. U.S. Ambassador Joseph Donovan also offered an apology, according to a statement Sunday from the embassy. "We deeply regret the inconvenience that this incident caused and we apologize," McKee told reporters. "There are absolutely no issues with his ability to travel to the United States. We welcome him. The embassy is working very hard to understand what happened," she said. Nurmantio and his wife had planned to leave Indonesia on Saturday evening but were told by their airline, shortly before departure, that U.S. Customs would deny their entry, according to military spokesman Wuryanto, who goes by one name. Nurmantio had been invited by Gen. Joseph Dunford, chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, to attend a conference in Washington on countering extremist organizations. Wuryanto said that Nurmantio, his wife and an entourage of 4 officials had U.S. visas and that Nurmantio last visited the U.S. in February 2016. Relations between the U.S. and Indonesia, the world's most populous Muslim nation, are generally friendly. Indonesia's military has a checkered human rights record, but Nurmantio himself has not been accused of rights abuses. Foreign Ministry spokesman Armanov Nasir said on Sunday that the Indonesian embassy in Washington had sent a diplomatic note to the State Department. Copyright 2017 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed. Japanese shares open at 2-decade high, yen at 3-month low after Abe win. Japanese shares jumped on a weaker yen on Monday as an election win for Shinzo Abe's ruling bloc gave a green light for more super easy policy stimulus, while the euro eased as Spain's constitutional crisis aggravated concerns about political unity in the region. The U.S. dollar was the major beneficiary as President Donald Trump and Republicans took a small step toward tax cuts, boosting Wall Street stocks and lifting bond yields. In the first 15 minutes of trading, the 225 issue Nikkei stock average rose 199.76 points, or 0.93%, from Friday to 21,657.40. The broader Topix index of all first section issues on the Tokyo Stock Exchange was up 12.51 points, or 0.72%, at 1,743.15. Investors assumed Abe's victory would allow the Bank of Japan to continue with massive monetary easing that depresses bond yields, and the yen, even as the U.S. Federal Reserve seems determined to hike rates again in December. This should extend the lifespan of Abenomics, including the boys' mega-stimulus, wrote analysts at the BlackRock Investment Institute. "We see the outcome as a mild positive for Japanese equities, and as a mild negative for the yen and Japanese government bonds." The dollar rose 0.4% to reach 113.99 yen, the highest since mid-July when it got as far as 114.49 before running out of puff. A break there would open the way to the March peaks around 115.51 against a basket of currencies. The dollar edged up 0.2%. The yen even slipped against the euro, which was having its own troubles as the Spanish government urged Catalans to accept its decision to dismiss their secessionist leadership and to take control of the restive region. The nation's biggest political crisis in decades enters a decisive week as Madrid tries to impose its control, although investors have so far assumed the political strife would not spread elsewhere in the European Union. The euro eased a modest 0.25% on Monday to $1.1758, and has strong chart support, around $1.1729. It faces another hurdle on Thursday when the European Central Bank meets amid much talk it will cut back the amount of assets it buys every month, but also extend the program. Copyright See Copyright Thomson Reuters 2017. Typhoon troubles. J.R. Kawasaki Station in Kanagawa. U.S. diplomat apologizes after Indonesia general